Hi everyone, my name is Madelyn Gardner. I am the External Comms Manager here at Jazz Lincoln Center, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Jazz Intersections, a casual Q&A featuring guests from all walks of life, from artists, musicians to activists, all intersecting at jazz. So we have a very exciting show for you today. I am delighted to introduce today's special guest. He is a movement artist known for bringing a freestyle bass dance involving intricate footwork called Memphis Jookin to mainstream audiences across the world. He's collaborated with a range of artists, including Yo-Yo Ma, Janelle Monáe, and Wynton Marsalis, to name a few. He has a ton of exciting projects coming up, including the new Blind Spotting TV series coming out in Stars, which he choreographed. I'm very excited for that. And you can also catch him along with a ton of special guest performers on Jazz Lincoln Center's 2021 Virtual Gala, Innovation and Soul, on demand April 15th through the 25th. So without any further ado, maybe give him some, hand clapping emojis, some fire emojis, whatever you want to do to make him feel welcome. Please welcome Charles Lil Buck Riley. While I'm bringing him in, if you want to comment what music you're listening to, anything fun you're watching, so I can get some ideas what I want to listen to and why I want to watch. Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Can you hear me well?
I can hear you.
Okay,
Perfect.
great. Sorry, I'm outside right now.
It's all good. I'm guessing not New York. It looks a little too sunny to be New York.
Oh, I am in Las Vegas right now. Las Vegas, Nevada.
Nice.
Yeah,
well,
me and my
so
wife are actually out here looking at places. I plan on moving out here for a year.
Oh, that's so exciting. I'm guessing it might be involving some exciting news. You can chat with us later about some stuff coming up for you.
Yeah, it's actually exciting news for both of us, for me and my wife. So.
Oh, great. Well, I wanted to kind of kick things off today and kind of ask you to share your artistic journey with us. Take us back to the beginning, leading up to how you became this incredible innovator of Memphis Jookin, which really is like the godfather of a lot of popular social dance trends today.
Yeah, so my start with Memphis Jookin begins in the streets of Memphis. I was raised in Memphis, Tennessee, and when I first saw it, I was around like 12 or 13 years old, and it was something that I just saw nonchalantly. My parents were driving, and I saw some kids doing it in the parking lot, and like at a red light, and from there, I thought it was just something cool. I've always been into dance. I have a deep background in just dancing freely with my older sister. Michael Jackson was one of our biggest inspirations, but I always wanted to move like him, and I didn't think that was obtainable until I saw the dancers in the streets of Memphis, and that was just amazing to me because when I saw this, they were gliding across the concrete like him. They were gliding across the, outside in a parking lot, like dressing just like I am. You know what I mean? I thought you had to be like on a certain level to move like that. And these kids were doing it with ease, and I just saw it as like a diamond in the rough, like I was born in Chicago, but I was raised in Memphis. So being out there was just like, y'all have the most amazing dance style out here in Memphis, and it was something that I wanted to do. Like as soon as I saw that, I knew that was something I wanted to do in life. I wanted to be a dancer because I saw this, it was just something I was naturally passionate about. So just to give you a brief background, Memphis Jookin is a street dance, native to the city, and it's been around for quite a long time, since the late 80s, early 90s, and it derived from this dance called the gangster walk. They used to do this very confident strut out in Memphis, and it came from that and this whole get buck movement, where like we would just get really hype and let our emotions out and movement, and it just started evolving as dance evolved. The movement started to evolve from like steps and being in the pocket with the beat to like,
Mm.
very intricate footwork. So it just started evolving into, this Jookin dance style that you see now. Um,
And it's really obvious watching you perform dance. Like it comes with it. It's like you were meant to do that. It comes from your soul, and it just like anyone. I mean, you can watch any like a lot of his performances on the internet, and I highly suggest whenever you can go see him. You are absolutely incredible. So I'm so glad you had stumbled upon that one dancer and kind of it hit you that that's what you had to do. And I wanted to, you're obviously part of our 2021 virtual gala, which we're very excited
yes.
about. And some people may be surprised to hear that you and Wynton actually first collaborated in 2014 when he interviewed you on CBS. And then you performed at Jazz Lincoln Center and toured with the orchestra in 2016. And now in 2021, you reunited with JLCO and Wynton. How did that feel 5 years later to film Like a Snake? And can you tell us a bit about this piece as well?
Yeah, it felt great, and I see Witten as a long time, friend, ever since he interviewed me, that back a while ago. And as you said, it was a beautiful relationship. Like we got to talk and got to know each other, and he's just genuinely an amazing guy. You know what I mean? And he really, he really saw the work that you have to put into to do Memphis Jookin, and he really wanted me to. He used to really push me to let people know, how this is not a dance style that, anybody can just do, that just comes out of the air. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people tend to see freestyle and think, oh, I can, all those dancers, they just got the gift. They can just do it, and it's not like that. We have to take, it takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of repetition and mastering the craft. So and it's a lot of work that goes into that, and he respected that, and that's what I loved about Wynton. He really saw, it through, as more than just a freestyle dance or like a little street dance. He saw it as what it was, the true art form. So our relationship's always been great. I love working, I love collaborating with JLC and all the musicians there. I know a few musicians there, and that performance piece came from this performance that um, Wynton came up with called Spaces.
Right.
And Spaces was a beautiful performance. I toured it with him and Jared Grimes, and it was an amazing experience. It's really a show about, they really, for me, they really harnessed the the emotions of these animals through music. You know what I mean? And we tell these stories of these different animals through music, like the snake, or like the elephant, or like the bumblebee, or like the lion, or like the monkey. All these different, animals. We really are telling these different stories through music and dance about, these animals, and it was quite an interesting performance. I really like to do Like a Snake because it's a really challenging one for me. You know how I gotta bend my body in so many different ways, and a lot of I really love the fluidity of of Jookin as well. So I really get to display that, the real fluidity in the movements, and the music. I just like the music. I like how how Wynton composed Like a Snake. It's one of my favorite performances to do. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. It's like I said, it's always a great feeling coming back and performing with JLC. I get nothing but love, from everybody, from all of the musicians. They welcomed me with open arms. As soon as I came in, it was a hey, Lil Buck. So it was a lot of fun, and I'll do it again.
I can say everyone at Jazz Lincoln Center loves you, just like adores you and your work, everything that you do. And you can check that out. What we're just talking about. You go to jazz.org/gala 2021. It's on demand April 15th to the 25th. And I also have a couple more questions for you. And I encourage anyone down here too that's watching, any questions you have, please go ahead and drop them here, and I'll try to get to as many of them as possible. So in that CBS News piece as well, we learned that one of your dedicated teachers encouraged you to try something new, study ballet. Do you encourage your students in a similar way to kind of step out of maybe what's your comfort zone or something that you want to do that will influence you?
Yes, absolutely. As many chances as I get, I try to encourage my students or my peers back in Memphis to really step outside of their comfort zone and go for what they love, and go for what they're passionate for. Because I'm a living testimony of that. Like I really, I knew, I had to find out the hard way what it really takes to be able to, have a career and sustain a career in dance, especially as a street dancer. I didn't start off, as I didn't start off in LA or anywhere that has a lot of big opportunity. You know what I mean? Memphis is one of those places that have a lot of talent and a lot of diamonds in the rough, as I would say. Like, but it's not so much opportunity for dance out there, and as far as making a career out of it. So I try to use myself as a beacon of inspiration for kids and my peers back at home. I try to get back at home, as much as I can, just to, keep inspiring and letting them know that, this is not like I'm not anomaly. You know what I mean? This can happen for you
Yeah.
too. It's so many talented people back in Memphis and just, around the world who practice street dance, but don't feel like they have a lane or feel confused about what path to take because, in the dance world, a lot of the jobs are coming to, the people that are learning choreography or that know how to do choreography so they can do, so they can have certain opportunities,
Right.
in choreographic space. But like for the street dancers, you know what I mean? They don't, it's really hard to navigate those lanes. So I try to, give back as much. I try to go back home and give back as much information as possible about what I've learned and, the risk I've had to take to get the big rewards and how you have to have the utmost belief in yourself and passion and drive about what you're doing to really make your dreams possible. It's not just something you can just, jump out there and it just comes to you. You really got to work for it. And I'm trying to provide opportunities back home as well. Like me and my personal manager, Jay Armour, he was a really big deal as far as Memphis Jookin and putting it out there. You know what I mean? He helped a lot
Yeah.
as far as people getting to see Memphis Jookin on a global level. And me and him are partnered up, and we're starting a Memphis Jookin Dance Academy in Memphis, downtown Memphis. So we're working downtown Memphis right now to open up a Memphis Jookin Dance Academy to be able to provide opportunities to kids in Memphis and street dancers in Memphis who really want to learn how to build a professional career out of what they're doing right
That's really beautiful. And I saw someone comment while we were saying that. How do you keep yourself so motivated and inspired to do all of this? Because even just talking to your energy, like I feel like I want to go out and do so many exciting things, just like with your energy right now. So how do you keep that up, especially in a time of, a pandemic, let's just say, for
now.
example.
I think during these times is the times where you really get to reflect a lot. I had a lot of
Mm,
self-reflection what I wanted to do creatively, especially during the pandemic, because I'm so used to be working and traveling here and doing the show here and
right.
just nonstop, But now I get to really sit and reflect on what I can do and what I could, you know, bring to the world creatively and how I can give back creatively. So I think now more than ever has been a time in my life where I really tried to buckle down and put more art out there and create more art out there. So you're gonna be seeing a lot of new things coming from me, but staying inspired is it's really important for dancers. I was just asking this question to one of my friends the other day um, about we were just having this conversation about how sometimes it can be hard to stay inspired when
Yeah.
you're on the move so much and you're such a working dancer and doing so many different things, and how not to see it as work and still see it as that joyful passion and keep that passion that you started with. And
Mm,
I say it's just remembering how you started, remembering, you know, that feeling that you got when you first, fell in love with dance and not letting that go. I think that's one of the most important things. It's a simple, basic thing, but it's also one of the most powerful, you know, mental tools that we can use to keep ourselves motivated and inspired. Like, sometimes,
mm,
um, I just have to get up and go outside and just, even if it's not recorded, because nowadays, and especially, with how fast the world's moving with social media and us wanting to post and record ourselves
Yeah.
out there, we tend to lose sight of like, just that feeling we had, before, that of just,
The
you know,
TikTok of it all. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Totally.
just going out there and dancing just for the passion of it, just for the love of it. We can't let that. I think that's one of the things we have to hold dearly to our hearts to keep ourselves motivated. So we're not always seeking validation or seeking motivation from an outside source, but you always have that within. And that's one of
Absolutely.
the that even me, I have to practice a lot. I have to go outside and just dance and you just turn the radio on or turn the, or play music from my iPod. I mean, from my iPhone and just and just dance for the love of it. No cameras, no nothing, and just practice and just work on my craft. And that's one of the things that really keeps me grounded and keeps me motivated to keep pushing myself.
That's so important, the mindfulness of it, and especially, you kind of hit it right on the nose there. And especially in this, the culture today, and as an artist, especially as a dancer and any kind of artist, really, when your passion has become your full-time job, where's that line? Where is that, okay, like, well, how am I doing this just for me? And I think that's such a great piece of advice to just remind yourself why you're doing it, because your connection with it. Thank you for them. I'm seeing a lot of comments too saying I needed to hear this. So thank you.
Yeah,
I wanted to talk about
I was one of those people who needed to hear it for myself. Like,
good.
I myself. It's always good to have these conversations with yourself. And
Yeah.
uh,
Oh, I
you know,
talk to myself all the time. I absolutely understand that. I wanted to bring up and talk about something I think is important. You are a choreographer and a dancer as well as an activist. You're behind Movement Art Is, MAI, an organization focused on using movement artistry to inspire change in the world. And you collaborated with dancer John Boogs. I hope I'm not mispronouncing his name. And
yeah,
yeah,
he's the founder of the of our company, MAI. Yeah.
yeah, and Alexa Me to create Color of Reality, a short film addressing gun violence. It's an incredibly powerful, unfortunately important piece. Can you talk a bit about, and you can watch that online as well, about this movement itself too?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
But we see ourselves as artists, and a lot of people tend to put, street dance and what we do in its own little box, and dance in
Mm,
general, as an art form in its own little box. You know what I mean? As far as like, um, just the just the level it's seen, just the in the way it's seen. Like dance used to be something that, and I'm sure like a lot of people respect dance. Don't get me wrong, but like dance used to be something that when you hear the word dance, you don't think about like a dancer behind an artist. You know what I mean? Like a
right.
background or things like that. You think about, people like Fred Astaire or Earl Snakehips Tucker or the Nicholas brothers or Gene Kelly or these guys who
Mm,
gave dance such a prestige. And I think I wanted people to remember and to know, and I wanted dancers to know that, me and Books wanted dancers to know that, and to remind people that dance is an art form that should be respected on, that and deserves to be respected on one of the highest levels.
mm,
It's one of the oldest forms of communication and one of the most innate forms of communication and reaching the heart and speaking to the soul and not just the mind. So like dance is such an important, can play such an important role, politically or
hmm
and for entertainment and as a beacon of inspiration and entertainment as well. So we started MAI, Movement Art Is, as a company to really push narratives, on and to use dance as a tool to really tell more powerful stories with it. And that's what we wanted to do, with MAI. We wanted to really tell powerful stories with dance and show people that how far you can push the boundaries of it.
mm,
So when me and John Boogs actually wrote and directed Color of Reality, that short film that
mm,
we did with TV. It was during a time where, you know, it was a lot of, which is still happening to this day, but it was during a time where the a lot of the police, police gun violence and was happening in the world and was getting documented. It's
mm,
always been here, but it was during the times where it was actually being documented a lot, and people were starting to really see what was going on in the world, and And Bugs was really inspired by, I mean, he, I mean, I wouldn't say inspired, but he was really moved by, what was going on in the world, and we wanted to speak out through the art, as far as
Mm,
how we felt about that, and we felt like, we didn't want to just rant on social media and say how we felt, we wanted to speak with
right.
with the gifts that we were given. So we made Color of Reality, and that film on the police gun violence, police shootings that was happening, to the Black and brown communities, and it just spoke volumes to a lot of people. Like, a lot of people really gravitated towards it and could and respected it. And Lex and me, we approached her about doing a project with her because we felt that you know her art really, it really stood out to us. We really wanted to bring people in,
Mm,
with the amazing artwork, and we also wanted to, so we wanted to bring them in with the amazing artwork and hit them with the message. You know what I mean? And that's how that kind of came across. Lex and me was, she was 1,000% on board for it, and we just made that cross collaboration happen. And it's something that we need more of too, cross collaborations between, you know, different genres of art. But
for
it's something
sure.
that hit home for us because that could have been me. Trayvon Martin could have been me, or any one of
Mm,
these guys that fell victim to police gun violence. It could have been me, or it could have been Bugs. It could have been my brother. It could have been any one of us. So it really hit home to see that unfortunately these things are still going on in the world, and have been for a while. And we just wanted to start using our art and using our voice through movement to really tell these important stories, and show people what's show people our thoughts on the world through movement.
mm. And thank you for, I mean, it's a really powerful, powerful piece. I encourage everyone to go check it out. You can see, you can YouTube it. You can check it out on Lil Buck's website as well. And as you were mentioning too about collaborators, you have collaborated with so many incredible artists. Is there anyone that you're hoping to collaborate with in the future? Anyone on your mind? Whether it's like, something that you're talking about, like an important piece you think you want the world to see, or even just to collaborate with on a friendship level, dance with, that you don't even have to film with.
Well, I've always wanted to collaborate with Savion Glover. I think he's brilliant. I never got a chance to work with him, and I think if I were to collaborate with someone, um, I know Savion's a big one, but
I mean, you've collaborated with everyone, so I'm
I
trying to think,
collaborate
like, I can't.
with someone on a spot to collaborate with. But I love collaborating with um, people outside of outside of dance as well. So I would
Mm,
love to collaborate with Abel Korzeniowski. He's an amazing
mm.
composer. I don't know if a lot of people know of Abel Korzeniowski, but he's a brilliant composer. Um, let me see, and I would love to collaborate with Mikhail Baryshnikov again. I collaborate
Oh,
with.
yes.
I would love to do something official with him. That would be brilliant. But I look forward to a lot of collaborations that are coming up. I have a lot of different collaborations that are coming up with different artists, with different dancers.
Yeah, can you tell us a little bit about everything coming up, and would love
So
to hear it.
I'm going to be a part of the International Dance Festival in Vail, Colorado, and that's coming up in August. And I'll be collaborating. I get to finally collaborate with Lauren Lovett again. She's a brilliant dancer.
Yes.
I don't know if y'all know who Lauren Lovett is, but she's amazing, and I can't wait to collaborate with her again. And and I get to collaborate with Brooklyn Ryder, the string quartet, and who else? I would love to collaborate with Caroline Shaw. She's she's just masterful. I've collaborated
We're
with her once.
speaking it into reality right now, manifesting it for you now.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see all these happen. Yes.
yeah, and I also would like to collaborate with let me see. Yeah, those like I love that I'm collaborating with them. Me and John Buggs are working on a big show that I can't talk too much about, but it's going to be a big it's a big show. It's in the works right now. But Buggs I loved collaborating with Rafael Casal and David Diggs on the blind spotting film. They're geniuses at what they do, and I would love
And
to keep.
that's on Stars, correct? This
And
summer.
yeah, the blind spotting TV show it's is derived from the actual blind spotting film. If y'all haven't seen Blind Spotting the movie, y'all should watch that. It's very
So
important.
good.
It's,
So good, yeah.
and so that's going to be on Stars. Yeah, this summer, coming out this summer. And I look forward.
That's really exciting.
Yeah, but
well, thank you.
People I really want to collaborate with is my wife, and she will be in the internet. I mean, she was supposed to be in Vail, but she ended up getting some really big news. I don't know if I can talk about it. Can I talk about it? But yeah, she I think she just booked a movie.
Oh, that's so exciting.
She's going to be a part of, and she's going to be a part of the original Greek, chorus of the film as a dancer, and she's going to be shooting that for 6 months in Boston.
Wow.
We look forward to that, but
oh, that's so exciting! Congratulations.
Yeah, that's amazing. But I've been. And that's what I've been wanting to work on a lot more too. Since this pandemic, we've been just around each other so much, and we haven't collaborated with each other that much. So we've been just, trying to work that out and work on that. We were supposed to collaborate in Vail, but she booked this big film, and it's a big opportunity for her. So maybe next year in Vail we'll get to, perform together and show the masses what we can do. But she's another person I would love to collaborate with.
And how did you two meet? I love these stories.
We actually met on tour with Madonna, on Madonna's
Casual.
Yeah.
Incredible. What a beautiful romantic. I love that.
Yeah, I did a few tours with M. I did the MDNA tour and her Rebel Heart tour, and the Rebel Heart tour is when me and my wife met. And she's I
love that.
Like, she's just brilliant.
I feel like I've seen either on Instagram or your TikTok a couple fun videos that you guys have done together.
Yeah, we've done a few. Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. And I have to say, I've done a couple of these Instagram lives. I've never seen so many people in the comments say, like, thank you so much for saying all these things. I needed to hear this. So thank you for being you. And as I mentioned before, you can, there's Lil Buck's up to like 5 million amazing things, and you can definitely check him out at our gala, our virtual gala, Innovation and Soul, which will be on demand April 15th to 25th. If you go to jazz.org/gala 2021, you can check that out. Also check out, if you want to, on your Instagram, whatever you want to plug, where people can check you out.
Yes. So you can keep up with me through my Instagram, through my Facebook. My Instagram is at Lil Buck DA Legend. So Lil Buck the Legend. You can follow me on Instagram. And Instagram and Facebook right now is the only social media platforms I have. So follow me on Facebook. It's the same thing. Or follow me on Instagram. And keep up with me. Keep up with what we're doing with Movement Art Is. Our website, movementartis.com. And if you want to keep up with what we're doing with the company, and just stay tuned. There's a lot going on right now, and a lot we're going to be putting out soon. Me and my partner Book. So I look forward to it. Thank you so much for having me on this interview. It was a pleasure. I can't wait to work with JLC again, and yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and congratulations to you and your wife. And I hope you find a good spot in Las Vegas as well. And I'll talk to you soon.
Absolutely.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah.